President Barack Obama formally announced plans to expand background checks to buy guns and impose other restrictions on firearms through executive action. The order bypasses Congress, further feeding sentiments about the administration's executive overreach. Obama's address from the White House earlier today was the latest in a series of attempts to make gun regulations stronger, this time without congressional consent. Here is some of what he had to say.
As Ronald Reagan once said, if mandatory background checks could save more lives, it would be well worth making it the law of the land. The bill before Congress 3 years ago met that test. Unfortunately, too many senators failed theirs. Weapons that kill tens of thousands of Americans every year, Congress actually voted to make it harder for public health experts to conduct research into gun violence. Made it harder to collect data and facts. So the gun lobby may be holding Congress hostage right now, but they cannot hold America hostage.
The president also added that 30,000 Americans have their lives cut short due to gun violence each year, and that Congress has been inactive on the issue despite that fact. He also noted that while the U.S. is not inherently more prone to violence than anywhere else in the world, it is the only advanced nation where gun violence is so frequent. Lindsay France has more response from Capitol Hill.
The reaction to President Obama's executive order announcement today regarding gun control here on Capitol Hill has been very predictable. The GOP saying that they will do everything they can to pull this apart in the future. The Democrats applauding Obama's effort to push forward some sort of gun control. Now, the executive order that was announced, the spirit of it really is aimed at paper trails, forcing small sellers of guns, whether it's at a gun show or online, to keep better records of who they're selling to and what they're selling. Also, for the people who buy from them, there will be a more clear paper trail. Also, a massive expansion of background checks. Now, I spoke earlier with Republican Congressman Mo Brooks about his reaction to this, and what he told me was this isn't so much, in his view anyway, a direct violation of the Second Amendment and an American's right to bear firearms, but it is an encroachment, and that is his party's worry. Take a listen.
And he's going to do everything he can to undermine the right of American citizens to bear arms as guaranteed by the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution. Now, he's smart enough to do it incrementally as opposed to all at once. And I see what the president is doing as another incremental effort to undermine the ability of law-abiding American citizens to be able to defend themselves from criminal and terrorist conduct.
Meantime, House Speaker Paul Ryan has chimed in saying that Republicans will, in fact, attempt to delegitimize this in court, and also, of course, if a president were to take office who's Republican, this would then completely fall apart. Now, an interesting thing to note here is America's reaction to this. Now, very recently, Gallup released poll results showing that only 2% of Americans really hold gun control to be a top national priority. This comes, of course, after the economy and unemployment, with gun control ranking 19th out of 23. Of course, America will get its chance to chime in even more on Thursday night when President Obama will address this issue further in a live town hall meeting. In Washington, Lindsay France, RT.